Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Farmingdale, Maine. Halldale High School is the site of this rivalry matchup in the MVC and boys soccer. Today, the Halldale Bulldogs, with a record of 4 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties, take on the undefeated, untied Monmouth Academy Mustangs. 9 games played, 9 victories for Coach Joe Fletcher's team. I'm Rob Kennedy. As you can see from the graphic on your screen, we've got some rain going on right now. That means we've got to keep the camera dry. But if you look at the radar, I checked my weather app, it's kind of the weirdest looking storm I've ever seen. It's just a sliver of rain that's kind of sprawling from Farmingdale through Gardner, maybe further up into Augusta. And it looks like it'll pass relatively quickly. And when it does, we'll flip the camera on, head outside, and I can take a look at moving myself outside as well. So I'll do a radio call for the fields. Bulldogs were outshot in that contest 11-7. Referees are here, one anyway. I'm not sure the second one is here yet. Looks like we'll have one official to start things off and have the second one kind of join in progress, much like our video is going to do. Well, I got a feeling it won't be too much longer. We'll see if I'm right about that. Halldale will start off in possession. Isan Abdelnabi is right at the center stripe. Abdelnabi, Rishi DeVero, Ryan Ahern, Caleb Lorette, Ben Platt, Bretton Lucas, Jackson Olson, Keegan Carey, Aiden Beal, Nick Brown, the keeper Jackson Leach, the starters for Halldale. Hunter Frost is in between the sticks for Monmouth. Brandon Smith, Rory Foyts, Kyle Pileski, Ryan Michaud, Luke Harmon, Zeke Delorme, Matt Marquis, Sam Schultz, Patrick Strout, Alex Orn, and Austin Smith are the starters. You good to go with the picture?
I think we're going to move it over, yeah.
All right, good. So we'll put the picture on here in just a second, I've been told, so that'll be helpful. And once the rain stops in earnest, I can step outside and get an even closer view. Yeah, you see the picture. We are underway. We'll show you the starting lineups in just a moment once we get an opportunity. Booted downfield by Ryan Ahern. Luke Harmon chested that down. He's in the battle for the Mustangs. Ben Platt right foots that ahead. Taken down that far side by Luke Harmon again. Nick Brown for Halldale trying to go outside. Got a couple of Mustangs there. Stepping over the ball, Brandon Smith in control. Right back to Ahern again, and he pops it downfield. Headed high. Maybe a bit of a miscue by Zeke Delorme, but he's got some cover there. Keegan Carey knocks that ahead. Carey came close to opening the scoring at Monmouth Academy. Had a chance in on goal and stopped by Frost. One of the best chances of the game for the Bulldogs, who, as I mentioned, was shut out in that contest 3-0. This will run out. Both referees are here now, so all we need is the rain to stop. We'll be all set. Brown will defer. Bretton Lucas will take the throw in instead. Lucas for Halldale. Headed away by Alex Orn. Nice little back heel by Patrick Strouts. Ahern looking to turn this outside. He's got some pursuit there, and he will play that out into touch. Had to get rid of that, as he had Patrick Strout bearing right down. Strout again. Got by Ahern. Squared into the area, knocked away. That's a throw-in for the Mustangs. Some fixes to our audio here in the rain, so that's the sound you're hearing as well. Got to kind of keep everything we can dry. And power equipment, cameras, headphones, all that stuff. Not exactly conducive to rainy conditions. And this rain came, well, out of nowhere, really. Didn't expect much precipitation today, but we have it. We'll see if it's a factor or not. 60 degrees, and the field now wet. Monmouth throw once again. Pileski has it. Kyle Pileski, number 9. That return ball. Intercepted by Lucas off Brown's foot. Brandon Smith ahead into the area. They got all the way through. Lorette popped it up high. Had some assistance there from Carey, but it's Strout with it again for a shot. That's over the bar. You got a display right there, though, of how quickly Patrick Strout can turn things into offense. He didn't have a whole lot of room there. Made a quick turn to shoot. You saw the velocity on that shot, and the accuracy not bad either. Just over the bar in the end. Jackson Leach didn't have to do anything with it. But a decent first attempt by Pat Strout. Leach on the goal kick. Pileski headed that down. There's Bretton Lucas now for Halldale. Pileski intercepts. The left foot kept that in. Now it's Abdelnaby for Halldale. Trying to work his way out of traffic. But he turned it over to his numerical counterpart, Strout out there in white, who plays it back in support. Brown had it. Went off his foot. Out into touch, and a throw-in for Monmouth. I said I thought it was going to stop, but it seems like it's even intensified. We'll see. We are able to get that video shot for you, so that's good. Ahern. That's deflected out of play. Rory Foyt, who had a goal in this contest last time at Monmouth Academy, knocked that out. It's a throw-in for Halldale, as Nick Brown has to back up and take the throw. Lucas headed that out. It's throw-in for Monmouth this time. Touched ahead to Lucas. Rishi DeVuro didn't get quite through to him. Pass back instead by Jackson Olsen. Carey trying to play Olsen ahead. It's too far for him. The first man there will be Luke Harmon, the defender. And Harmon blasts that down the wing. Near Ryan Michaud. First time the ball's been over there. He and Ben Platt will be seeing a lot of each other today. Nifty pass to Foyt. Trying to play that ahead now to Strout. Strout into the area. One hopper to Jackson Leach. No problem at all for the senior keeper. One of just 3 seniors in the lineup today for the Bulldogs. Aiden Beal and Isan Abdelnaby, the other 2. It's a very heavy sophomore and junior lineup for Halldale. DeVuro couldn't control for Halldale. Strout with it again. Settling. Pass that over Ahern. As a man arriving over here on that right channel, that's Smith. Brandon Smith kept that alive, got by Ahern. Ahern stuck with him, though, and made a fine defensive play, conceding the throw. Alex Orns wearing number 21 out there in white. He'll take the throw for Monmouth. Went out over the goal line, a goal kick for Halldale. Leach the right-footed goal kick on the way. Pileski with a fine header. Foyt knocked that back toward Pileski. Brown trying to step in front. Pileski's too strong. Kyle Pileski. Booted ahead by Marquis in the center of that defense. Pass diffused. Aiden Beal knew that was coming through. They're trying to send that through to Smith. Michaud kept that in. Strout's offside, however. The whistle blows and a free kick for Halldale. In the 7th minute here, no score between Monmouth and Halldale. Saying no score about a Mustangs game is a fairly common thing. As I mentioned, only 2 goals conceded all year, both to Lisbon. 9 shutouts outside of that. Even getting scoring chances on this Monmouth team is difficult enough. You have to capitalize, take advantage of your opportunities if you want to beat the Mustangs, and so far no one's been able to do so. Throw-ins for Halldale. Both teams, as you see, have their tarps up. Monmouth came prepared. And Ryan Ahern's gone off. It'll be Trevor Kaylock who takes Ahern's spot. Brown went high to claim the ball off the chest. Showed too much of it, though, but got it back. At the end, just gave a little bit away to the Mustangs. They clear over to the side. It's a throw-in for Monmouth. They'll take it quickly, or wanted to. Pileski sets up on his left foot. That's deflected. Great play back there to slow that down, as that was all the way through. Lorette got a foot on that. Had he not, Patrick Strout probably had enough room and speed to catch up to that. Would have been alone with a keeper. There's a throw-in for Halldale now. Kaylock deferring to Breton Lucas. Kaylock returning to the lineup today. Halldale missing quite a few players against the Lisbon Greyhounds in that 1-1 draw we saw in Munsing Media last week. That's put back in the area, settled by Marquis. Played outside. Smith trapped it. Trying to pass through traffic, deflected off Carey, but the Bulldogs gave it right back. Sam Schultz now played outside. Neither team really able to hold on to possession right now. Carey a heavy first touch, but recovered. There's Pileski right there to steal it away. He'll play the long ball, but this will skip on through into the area, and Jackson Leach will have plenty of time to pick it up. Good boot by Leach. Pileski knocked that down. There's Lucas. Heading it back toward the touchline, not where he wanted it. Kaylock hustling to keep it in, ran out of space. Smith, the quick throw. He got Strout onside into the area. Strout squared. Chance maybe for Foyt if he gets to this. Rory Foyt a shot, but he had to kind of turn around, and Leach had that played well over by the near post. That was a good opportunity for the Mustangs here to open up the scoring. Played ahead towards Stroud again, knocked on that time by Lorette. Platt on the far side. Monmouth's throw. Headed down to Foyt again. This will be out over the goal line for a kick. Well, just the one scoring chance for the most part. Stroud had a pretty decent one when he had a turn, but it was a long shot from distance. Outside of the area. Would have had to be perfect, I think, at that distance to beat Jackson Leach. But that ball that rolled through to Foyt did look very dangerous. Bulldogs let off the hook a little bit. Kaylock. Stolen away by Smith. Smith leading the attack. 5 Bulldogs back, though. Strouts, another long shot, and again, good power, and the accuracy not far off either. You don't want to give him opportunities. So we're 10 minutes into this contest. As you see, no score between Halldale and Monmouth Academy. These teams have battled for MVC titles before. Met in the playoffs quite a bit. Both have won on their opponent's turf in postseason games. It's become one of the marquee rivalries. Stroud again. Not shy about letting fly if he gets the opportunity. Played out wide. Headed back in well by Smith. But Kaylock will get to this. Can he boot it downfield? He'll try to carry it. Pileski cuts him off. Alex Orn. Smith again. He got by Nick Brown. Brown catching up. Smith into the area. Deflected. A little miscommunication by the Bulldogs. Might cost him. There's the shot. Leach down to make the save. And again, it's Stroud, who has been a nuisance here for Halldale in the first 11 minutes. He has come close. Kept off the score sheet for now, but for how much longer? Bulldogs really living dangerously with that loose ball in the area. Kaylock belted that off Foyt. Pileski. Smith. Stroud again. Lucas went down to knock it away, but Stroud has it right back. Platt marking his man over on that far side. There's a shot. And again, that's high. Leach again on the goal kick. He's got good distance in those kicks and actually got it all the way over the defense. Forces Alex Orn back and maybe a chance for Abdul Nabi. He almost claimed that bouncing ball. That was difficult for the Mustangs. Carey got away from Rory Foyt. Olsen played it back. Lorette came up in the play from his defensive position. Nick Brown stopped it with the left foot. Brown receiving it from Carey. He's looking toward Kaylock. Floated that ahead instead. Carey lost it. Popped over the top. Strout's onside, but it won't catch up to this. It skipped into the arms of Jackson Leach. Yeah, it might be dry enough to go outside. Abdul Nabi. Still holding. Working down that sideline. And play halted. The ball was out into touch. Actually, a Bulldog was offside. My mistake. Couldn't see that side of the field. Again, my vantage point will get better once the rain stops. Right now I'm inside and kind of looking through windows and barricades and Chris on our camera. So I'm kind of doing my best to duck around different obstacles to see what I can see. Our Munson report, still raining a little bit, so enough to keep me inside for the time being. But I remain optimistic. Brown, good long throw to Abdul Nabi, who's been limited on his touches throughout the first 14 minutes. But he's got it now, surrounded by Monmouth Academy Mustangs. Through to Carey. Carey trying to counter. Played down toward Olsen again and run out of space as Hunter Frost pressed into action for the first time for the Mustangs. Sliding down on the turf to smother the ball. Lucas headed that down. No one there in white in the other end. Abdul Nabi tried to get it. Turned over to Ricky McGibney, who just came in. Abdul Nabi on that right touch line. Pursued by Orn. Into the area. A chance for Halldale. Popped over the bar. It was a bouncing ball. Miles Fleming, who just came in, tried to settle it. Did so. Had to hurry his shot. And airmailed it over the targets. A good opportunity for Halldale. Their first real chance of the contest. A good pushback for the Bulldogs after Monmouth Academy really controlled the first 10 minutes. Fleming just added to the Bulldogs roster about a week and a half ago. Wasn't able in time to play for the Lisbon game. They could have used him when they were down so many players through injury and illness. But he's here today. Oh, great movement by Smith down the line, burning two Halldale players, but slipped a little bit on that attempt to pass the ball into the area. I think maybe the wet turf might have had an impact on that. So Strout came out briefly. He's back in. Dalton Como also coming in now for Monmouth Academy. McGibney was in quickly. He's back out now as Ryan Ahern. He had his wrist taped. He's all set. He's back in action. Ahern beaten by Foyt. Ahern right back, though, with that good speed. Knocked that off Foyt. It's a Halldale throw-in. It's the first time we've had a broadcast here at Halldale all year where the rain's been a factor, I believe. All the Munson Media games out at Central Maine Community College as well. We've had perfect weather. Our luck would run out sometime. Rory Foyt's couple hops in, and Leach fields it cleanly. 24 minutes left. Our clock's a little off. It'll be close, though. We aren't quite hooked up completely to the scoreboard like we are for basketball. We can kind of link right in and have it be official. We'll keep it as close as we can here. That's out for a goal kick. Dalton Como carrying that down that sideline. Actually called a corner. It was off a Halldale defender. First corner of the game, and it belongs to the Mustangs. They want to take this quickly. Decent one into the area. Not a bad attempt either by Stroud, who had to lunge back for it. Very athletic play by Pat Stroud. And once again, very close. Leach's kick intercepted by Monmouth Academy. Nice work by Como once again. Hasn't been in very long, but you can tell his quality. Lucas intercepts as a man draped on him, and Rory Foyt has to pass that back. The Bulldogs setting up now. Ahern. Abdul Nabi went off his shoulder, had to catch up to it. Popped it over the top, however. That's Fleming. Fleming held it a bit too long, had it stolen away. It's Como again on the defensive play. That's pushed past Lucas. Lucas was fortunate there that he wasn't able to get out of the way of the Monmouth Academy player, Kyle Pileski, who was coming at him, who wanted to take that in on goal. Strout. Halldale giving him their undivided attention. Even Abdel Nabi's back trying to take it away. Como played it out wide. He'll pass that out near the touchline. Kept in over there. Michaud. Still with it, still in play. Look at those moves. Michaud into the area. And a sliding challenge by Lucas. Pushes the Mustangs back, at least for now. But they're in possession once again. Popped by the 18. It hops past Smith. Brown with it. Has some space down that right touchline if he can get past Smith, but Smith won't allow that. Brown held the ball. Had to play it back to Ahern, who plays it long just to relieve the pressure. Marquis, the captain, had knocked that down. Here's Pileski again. Gave that away to Jackson Olsen. Lucas now for Halldale. Brown might have some space here, although Orn is caught up. And a throw in for Monmouth. Lucas and Smith battle by the touchline. Another Monmouth Academy throw. Taken quickly toward Patrick Strout. Ahern deflects it off Strout. It was spinning. Ahern again. Big the safe play, just bashing the ball downfield. Carey took it from Como. Wanted to play that out wide where Olsen was waiting. Ahern. Headed it high. There's Smith again. Ahern trying to get to it, keep it in play, but it's a throw in again for Monmouth. Just about halfway through this first half. This is minute 20. Here's Strout again. Passes behind Pileski. Fleming can play it downfield again. Brown, good burst of speed to get to it first. Deked Orn a bit. Tried to play it through to Abdul Nabi, but Matt Marquis, the defender, had other ideas. Marquis, a big part of the reason why this Monmouth defense has only allowed 2 goals this season. Hunter Frost, an outstanding keeper, but he's got a very good defensive core in front of him. That's a decent ball, a little too far, and Leach had to punch that out as he heard the footsteps from Strout. Didn't want to catch that, just wanted to get rid of it. Good sliding challenge from Foyt. That went off Brown's leg. And a Monmouth throw. They called a foul on Brown, so it's a kick. Free kick to Monmouth. It's Matt Marquis stepping up to take it. He's got the captain's armband, as you see, and his right bicep, excuse me. 5 Mustangs on the 18. Here's the delivery. Headed toward goal and wide of the mark. It's a goal kick for Halldale. The run of play has certainly been with the visitors today, the Mustangs. But scoreless here halfway through the first half. An annoying rain here Not overly hard, but it's been steady. It's about the only patch of rain in the entirety of central Maine. Just here in Farmingdale. Abdul Nabi, just beaten to it. Marquis, another fine play. Had to go down low to take that from the Bulldog senior. Brown had to leap to settle that ball. Has to get rid of it quickly with Smith advancing, and Smith took it away. Ahern over to assist. Played back by Foyt towards Smith. It's Aiden Beal who lost it. Pass was behind Smith from Strout. And Halldale again plays it out to relieve the pressure. Brown long. And over Como's head. Olsen had it stolen away. Luke Harmon that time. Ahern just gets rid of it. A little too close to the corner flag for his liking, but it's not a corner, just a throw in for the Mustangs. He didn't have enough time to turn and play that upfield. Throw may have slipped a little bit out of Strout's hands, but we'll get a chance to do it again. That's another throw right on the corner flag. Strout's got Pileski coming up in support. Lucas, loose ball. Sends the Mustangs back, but they've got it once again. Matt Marquis. Rory Foyt. Como. Stolen away. Olsen. Played toward Abdul Nabi. It got through Alex Orr, and Abdul Nabi's got good speed. But as you see, so does Matt Marquis. But Abdul Nabi got there and beat him. He's alone for now. Has men arriving. Abdul Nabi into the area. And it was deflected out of play, but I think it was already out by the time that went off Marquis, so it's a goal kick. A little flicker there for the Bulldogs as there was some daylight just for a moment for Ihsan Abdul Nabi. So we know what kind of wheels he has. Great recovery by Marquis, number 14 out there. One of the anchors of that defense. As Marquis will take that goal kick as well. Rolled all the way through to Foyt. Actually, Smith, 2, not 3. This throw is Halldale's. Nick Brown's throw, trying to find Carey. Too many Monmouth players around. Carey has it now, or had it. Rolled back. Lorette continuing to advance. Eventually ran into Zeke Delorme, and Delorme made the defensive stop. Olsen went down, pops back up, but he's lost possession. Taken back by Ben Platt, however. Bulldogs fullbacks being aggressive. Platt played back. Lorette. Now taken down by the Mustangs again. Looking long ball, but Strout was going in the other direction. Nobody there in whites. Abdul Nabi. Trying to find some options. Had one in Brown. Brown slipped a little bit. Ahern belts it high. Miles Fleming's over there. Fleming's battling Delorme. Carey with Como on him. Lorette toward Brown again. Nick Brown chesting it down. Brown still with it. Nifty footwork by the junior. Brown's shot. That's wide. He had to get rid of that too with Pileski coming back. And it's a goal kick. No, it's a corner. Deflected off Pileski. Nope, it is a goal kick. I thought so. Keegan Carey trying to convince the referee otherwise. In the 26th minute here at Halldale High School, no score between the Bulldogs and the Mustangs. Big MVC rivalry and two teams in the same RSU who know each other very, very well. 3 battles last year. Monmouth won 2 of them, including the playoff game in the C-South quarterfinals. Horn. Strout now, watched by Beal. And a host of other Halldale players. Strout had to work his way backwards. Setting up now on that right flank for Luke Harmon. Maybe a chance here for Foyt. Halldale had him played pretty well. There's Ben Platt. Harmon again. Lucas. Gave it away to Michaud, who's in the middle now. And Leach, the keeper, calling off his defender, Lorette, to claim the ball. Not many substitutions either way between these two teams. Almost kind of feels like a professional game. We only get 3 subs. Had a couple come in quickly for equipment and injuries and to give players a breather, but that's been it. I suppose that's what you expect in a game like this. No score. 2 very good teams, playoff teams in Class C South. 13 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Lorette, a strong move. Played that through. He was looking for Jackson Olsen, but it rolls in on Frost, who alertly came off his line. It's one thing Frost does very well. He's a keeper that just owns his area. And that ball crosses the 18. He's going to be on it. Ahern had to make a good play there as he had 2 Mustangs around him. That's belted off Rory Foyts. Brown, who kicked it, wanted to take the throw. He's been called off by Brett and Lucas. We will see some players entering and re-entering. Sam Calder is about to come in for the first time for Monmouth. And Sam Schultz, who started the game, about to return. Next chance the Mustangs have. Michaud. The throw in for Halldale across the touchline. Keegan Carey on the throw toward Abdel Nabi. Abdel Nabi was going to try to flick that behind him. Marked very well by Marquis. That's trouble as Strout's gotten a step. And he got fouled. Mixed up with Ryan Ahern. Actually turned out well for Ahern. We'll see if a card is produced. Probably should be. And it will be. It's a yellow card for Ryan Ahern. It wasn't anything intentional by Ahern, but he absolutely took away a very good scoring chance. And I think that's a card that the Bulldogs won't mind all that much. McGibney will come on for Ahern, who has to come off. There's a free kick in a very dangerous position now for the Mustangs. Try to open the scoring. Matt Marquis is there. He might take it. Ryan Michaud also there. Speaking of here, Mark Tinkham has joined us. At least he will in a second once we can free up the microphone cord. That might take a little bit of doing. Played into the area, deflected, and that's wide of goal. Neat set piece by the Mustangs. It did create a chance. It's a throw in for the Mustangs. Ahern, who had to be subbed in the yellow card, is back in. Played in now. Calder. Played it back to the midfield. Schultz just in, had it for a moment. Played out wide to Smith, who's on that right side, onto his left foot. Smith shooting. Good velocity on that shot. Saved by Leach, who had it played perfectly. Another long kick by Leach, but right to the Mustangs. Headed out into touch. The Bulldogs will take the throw. How's the rain out there, fellas? Still coming down, it looks like. Probably still too wet to move us both outside. We can make the adjustment at halftime, too, on the equipment. There's Leach out. Had to be quick. Strout, so ever-present offensively.
Something said I came disconnected.
Oh, great move by Michaud. He's into the area.
Nope. Yep.
And knocked away.
The problem is,
Halldale's got the kick. We can do the adjustments at halftime, too, guys. The noise you hear is some untangling that's going on. That's where adjusting on the fly.
grab that headset today. And then run it back through.
Leach on the kick. Wants to find Abdel Nabi, was headed down instead by Sam Calder. Brown has been a busy man over on the right side for Halldale, cut off by Calder. It's a throw-in from Monmouth Academy.
We're free.
Mark Tinkham's got a headset.
It's like magic, Mr. Kennedy. It's magic.
And a lot of work to get you on that headset. Mark's going to join us for the rest of this contest. And his color commentary. He's out in the rain right now. He's got a better look than I do. You haven't missed anything as far as goals, of course, but it's been a very entertaining contest. Abdel Nabi wanted a call there, didn't get it, still battling. And he's won a corner, I believe. No, it's a goal kick. Referee ruling that one off the Halldale attacker. So a goal kick for the Mustangs.
I was excited to come out and see a 0-0 scores. Both these teams coming off some big games, especially Lisbon. Monmouth just came off that 5-2 win over them. Halldale came out with a draw, but both these teams seem to be getting it together.
It was an impressive win, too, not just by beating Lisbon and knocking them from the ranks of the unbeaten, but how they did so. Lisbon did do one thing, though, that no one's done, and that's score on Monmouth Academy. You can see why the defense in this contest has been very stingy as far as allowing opportunities even. Bulldogs want to win today. They'll have to cash one in the few opportunities they get. Schultz kicks that high from Brown. Calder played that back. Bulldogs aggressive. Abdel Nabi making his presence felt. Headed down. Played ahead to Stroud. Here comes Leach again. He's not going to let that long ball come through.
I think it's brave on the part of Monmouth looking to play that ball back to the defense, especially when you got Halldale about 6 yards away.
Brown lost his footing. We're just going to mention here how the field's conditions might be changing. Brown and Calder in a great battle over there. It's a throw-in for Monmouth. They want subs, though. Kyle Pileski coming back in. He'll take out Rory Foyt.
Game today could change the landscape of this field for the rest of the season.
That's the one thing we haven't had to deal with any kind of precipitation, tearing up the field at all. Brown toward Abdel Nabi, marked by two men, one's Marquis. But it came back to Abdel Nabi. Trying to get by Delorme. Abdel Nabi wanted a call, didn't get it.
From here, it looks like he probably should have received a call.
He's going to have to keep his head, however, as that's twice now, and he looks a little frustrated. Michaud bulldozing his way through, and it's starting to get chippy out there. Foul called on Halldale, and Monmouth gets the kick. Brown and Michaud changing some commentary with each other. And I said before this contest, there's no way we have a game with no cards awarded. We already had one yellow card.
Today?
Yes.
Oh, on who?
Ryan Ahern basically just got mixed up with Strout before you got here on a long ball that Strout got a step on him and got tangled up with the Monmouth attacker. Wasn't anything malicious, but it was definitely a situation where he took the scoring chance away. It's a yellow card I think the Bulldogs didn't mind. That's played well by Harmon, but he passed it right to Brown. Brown with it again. Trying to find Carey. Popped high. Aiden Beal might play this, didn't get through to him. Strout headed it toward Keegan Carey. Strout with it here. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Playing that to the far side, Brandon Smith's over there. As is the Bulldogs, Ben Platt. Sam Calder. Strout.
Number 10 wide open over here.
Yeah, if they find Michaud, look out. Strout. Played out by Carey. And his pass intercepted by Jackson Leach. So one thing the Bulldogs have done is they have, for the most part, kept that big scorer, Pat Strout, to the outside. He can score from there, though. A couple of his shots have been close, with plenty of velocity. Ooh, Carey pushed over by Sam Calder, and a free kick to Halldale.
Sure, the Bulldogs are happy to have Leach back. That being said, I think Ben Nathan stepped in the role great while Jackson was out injured.
And Nathan played a very good game against Lisbon. Allowed just the one goal. And certainly not one that I think anyone would have saved. That rolls all the way back. More of a bouncer back to Beal. He'll let Ahern play this. Ahern held it, faked Stroud out. Now it's Brown.
Nice flick.
Yeah, it was a great flick over the defender. Can Brown catch up to it? He did. Abdel Nabi racing Schultz over there. And Schultz shielded Abdel Nabi off to win the goal kick. 4:27 remaining in the first half. Monmouth had most of the possession of the first 10 or 15 minutes. They still are winning that battle. The run of play is going with the boys in white, but not as much as it had been. Bulldogs push back a little bit. And Monmouth throughout the first 36 minutes has looked a little more threatening than has the home side. Brown. Abdel Nabi may get onto this with Marquis right there. And Marquis taken down by Abdel Nabi, a free kick.
Well, you talked about keeping heads. I think little frustration there.
One of the easier calls the referees will have to make today.
Yeah, they've been a little bit blatant, haven't they?
That one was. Ahern got the head on that toward Brown. Brown has a little time to settle this, but popped that over the defense, but no one there in red. The closest man was Jackson Olsen. No problem at all for Hunter Frost. That went through Ben Platt. Smith circling. Played ahead toward Pileski. Heading back to Stroud. Stroud open for the shot. Deflected off Aiden Beal for a corner. Let's see what the Mustangs can do with a corner from the right side this time. Looks like Smith will take it. And it is indeed number 2 over there to put it back in play. 5 Mustangs in the area. Smith setting up, left-footed, trying to swing this in toward goal. And it didn't really bend for him the way he would have liked. Abdel Nabi was there to head it, but it's right back to Smith. And it does go out. Off a Monmouth player last, so a goal kick.
Yeah. Nope, offsides.
Nope, it's offsides the call. Yeah, harder to tell offside sometimes with 2 officials out there. No one's waving a flag.
Ball went back into Smith. Smith had hung back by the flag.
Leach sliding down to take that away from Stroud. It was about a second late. Headed down, Abdel Nabi might get a gift here. As a man going through if he can find him. Stabbed down, good defensive play.
Just got a big toe on that one.
That's all it took. It was Zeke Delorme got that foot in, and that saved a scoring opportunity for Halldale. Played long. Strout by himself, has help arriving though. Michaud down the left side. Now he's in the center and he has it in on goal. Michaud is in, he shoots. Spot away, but the rebound is there for Strout. Setting up the left foot, here he comes. Saved again, 3rd time saved. 3 chances, 3 saves for Jackson Leach. Monmouth so close to the opener late in the first half.
Point blank every time to Leach. Great reaction by Leach. I mean, it was like a cat on a hot tin roof there.
That should fire up the Halldale team. Mustangs coming right back, however. Ryan Michaud. Michaud got through defenders, bouncing off Beal for a shot. And a 2-hopper picked up by Leach.
Would waste a little bit of time right now. Take the air out of this thing.
No, it as well. 35 seconds to go. It's been a Monmouth attack for the last couple of minutes. Bulldogs, I think, will be happy to get to halftime with this game still level. See what they can do in the second half.
I think a couple Monmouth players are going to be seeing those plays over and over in their head. I mean, they're basically just outside the penalty stripe and couldn't finish there.
Strout and Michaud, both point blank, both goal scorers too. Gary called for the foul. Sam Calder went down to the turf, only has 3 seconds though. And that'll do it in the first half. Even had that been headed on goal, it wouldn't have been enough time for Brandon Smith to score before the horn, and a very entertaining first 40 minutes comes to an end. Halldale and Monmouth Academy goalless after one half. And we'll step aside, take a break. When we come back, second half action here in Farmingdale. It's about 10 minutes away on Munzing Media.
Going out on Jackson, so they're going to set the line.
And as we go out, let's watch those Jackson Leach saves again. There's one. There's two. There was one before that as well. 3 overall for Leach. A huge series of saves to keep this scoreless. Back for the second.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gorsline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gorsline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gorsline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
We are Bulldog Strong. We are a local organization committed to kids, committed to our community, dedicated to teaching the next generation how to give her their time and talents to make a difference, and supporting those affected by cancer. Bulldog Strong Basketball was established in 2013 when my own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand her struggles, doubts, fears, and her amazing fight to live. Cancer does not discriminate, and so many of us have been directly affected by the disease. Our basketball family has grown over the past 8 years, and we continue in our mission to provide opportunities like our summer camp, All-Star Showcase, and our 3-day invitational to raise money for those in need. Through competition on the court, we learn so much about how sports can shape our lives in a positive way. We are passionate in what we do. We are proud of our Bulldog Strong family. We are incredibly thankful for the support we have received. Kids, community, and caring for one another is who we are. Remember, no one fights alone.
Forensics has grown so much, and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched Forensic Files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around. I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm an intro to criminal justice and criminal law and report writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be knowledgeable about. I want to do crime scene photography. The forensic science program is preparing me to start thinking like, what's important here? What do I need to look for, like right off the bat? You never know what you're gonna find.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munzing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munzing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-1105.
The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR20 and experience the Cirrus life.
When I walked through these doors, I was just blown away.
This is insane. It just caught my attention immediately.
This is the first place that I've seen like this decked out. It's pretty sweet.
This is a grand opening for our esports arena. We're talking 1,600 square feet of pure technology.
Like, I'm shaking being here. It's so cool.
There's nothing like it in Maine. We're ahead of the curve here.
It's definitely a big market, something you can make a living on.
I've always had an interest in esports.
So we're treating it like an extension of our athletic program. And then in addition to that, we're starting an esports management degree program.
In the Sun Journal, we'll take a look at that in a second. Grab that out of my list of stuff. Played toward goal. The Mustangs Strout with an opportunity. Dropping that off to Michaud instead. And stolen away. Lorette will allow the corner.
Tried to put the brakes on. The ball was just traveling a little bit fast for him. Lorette had an awesome game against Lisbon.
He did.
Shutting down Levac.
Now it's because of size discrepancy in that contest too, but guy out there with a smaller statute won the game. Headed just wide. Another good-looking corner for the Mustangs. That was Pulaski who got the head on that. Didn't miss by much, wrong side of the post.
Had that been on this side of the post, no stopping that one. That had a lot of oomph to it.
It's a boys soccer, number 1 in the States. It's kind of a bit of a battle between that. Scarborough's got the top spot right now, followed by South Portland. Every Little and Deering. Yarmouth and Lewiston. Now, Cape Elizabeth beat Yarmouth last night, and Cape Elizabeth 7th, so that'll change things going into next week. Camden Hills, Brunswick, and Marshwood, so all Class A and B teams represented. Look at the girls in just a second. It's not the same, the girls. They're teams outside of A and B. Leach pulling that down with 29 minutes remaining.
And Cape must have had a really good game because they knocked off Yarmouth 3-0 last night. Usually that is just a 1-goal game, but to score 3 against Coach Haggerty's team, they must have been on fire.
The old rivals as Harmon kicks that away over Brown. Smith, the goal scorer, the only one so far with the ball for Monmouth Academy. And Scarborough is number 1 for the boys. They're also number 1 for the girls. Gorham just behind with Cape Elizabeth, Marshwood, and Mount Blue at 5. Brunswick, Herman, NYA, Wyndham, and a tie at 10th between Cheverus and Yarmouth.
So one non-AB school in there.
NYA made it in, and they're in Class D.
They've just been steamrolling teams.
I believe that. Into the area, headed toward goal. Pileski rose well to hit it, but missed the target a little bit wide.
Yeah, preseason had Wyndham looking to win the thing, and Scarborough was able to go in and knock off Wyndham. Actually, I think Wyndham has more than one blemish on their record right now. I think either Gorham or tied or beat them. But you've got some top teams there, top programs. What's interesting, though, is when you mentioned the boys, South Portland, number 2. South Portland traditionally is not a soccer power.
No, they're a football school. They have been traditionally. Monmouth Academy, speaking of soccer schools, they've been won. A couple state championships under their belts. Represented Class C not long ago either. Like to do it again. Strout almost had the opportunity. Couldn't get that final touch, but it's a throw-in for the Mustangs.
You hear some of the Monmouth Ben saying, shoot it, shoot it. I think if he had not taken the 4 touches there, he might have been able to get a shot on goal.
He was trying to wheel his way around defenders and almost beat all of them. Olsen touched that ahead, but the safety valve in Harmon clears it for the Mustangs. Beal knocked it down. It's offside. Strout behind the defense, and a free kick for the Bulldogs this time with 26:55 remaining. In a 1-0 game, the goal here in the second half, Brandon Smith. Well set up by the Monmouths and Rory Foyt. That was Pileski again, who's been very good in the air. Lucas plays that out. Spins back in, though. Brown plays this. Olsen now for Halldale. Abdelnabi with Carey making a run. Abdelnabi was able to play it ahead, but was slowed down. He got mixed up with the defender. Strout bearing down on Lorette, who's undaunted by this for now. Plays it out into touch, but it's a Monmouth throw. Strout played it quickly back to Harmon, who came up. Strout with it once again. Pat Strout. Defended by Platt, who forced him back. Strout. Taken down and challenged by a couple of Halldale players. Wanted a call and didn't get one. Refs have, for the most part, let the boys play, both sides. Now a chance for a counter. Now play that ahead. Smith had a step on Ahern. Ahern took it away. It's one thing Ryan Ahern does very well is when he is beaten, he's got the speed to get back in the play quickly. And they'll use Hunter Frost as the reset button. That powerful leg, he'll drive it right back into the front half. Dogs pick that up. Abdelnabi can't play it. He's offside, but he wasn't playing it. It was Keegan Carey who was running on the ball, and that's why there was no call.
And I'm very happy to see that was a no call, because you still have some officials who say, oh, he's offsides, but if you're not in the play or interfering with the play, it should be a no call.
He wasn't anywhere near it and didn't make any move to play it. He knew how far offside he was. Strout played that back. Pileski here on the pass. A turn by Rory Foyt. There's Smith. And Leach knew where that ball was coming, saw the cross, and claimed it. Harmon with it now for Monmouth Academy. It was watched by Fleming. Platt on the throw now for Halldale. Another throw for the Bulldogs. Halldale girls at Buckfield tomorrow. Not in the top 10, though. You don't care about that, though, I bet.
You know, I'm happy to be where we are. You know, we're a program that's building. It was a team that had a lot of seniors last year.
So far, so good in the building, and that top 10 number will get a target in your back, too. I think you'd probably be better not to have at this point.
I avoid targets. Not a Teflon Don, but I try.
Legal throw called on the Mustangs, a throw in for Halldale.
But Never easy to play at Buckfield. They got that posted size.
Yeah, they're a small field. They'll give you a battle. Ryan Michaud using his strength to get through players, and now Dalton Como back in number 7. Ricky McGibney about to come in for Halldale. Michaud in the corner was Strout, neither could catch up to that rolling ball, a goal kick for the Bulldogs, and that will allow McGibney to come into the game. He'll take Miles Fleming's spot.
You get some interesting placements right now in C Girls South. You got Miranda Cook, who's undefeated. They got a tie against Morse. You've got Monmouth, who is up there in the standings. Can't count Old Orchard or Trape out. Trape's lurking at number 8 right now, but it's always a dangerous team.
Anytime you play those schools down south who have a mixture of A, B, and C schools on their record, this is true in basketball and soccer, and really about anything you'll play in team sports, are oftentimes better than their record. And again, both these programs on the boys' side know that from experience. Strout. It deflected off a defender. Leach wanted it. Lorette cleared it. Carey. Nifty hurdle by Ricky McGibney. He couldn't catch up to it in the touch line. Harmon makes the throw. You'll have to do it again as Lorette plays that out. Now, the Bulldogs team out there is constructed right now. What kind of options would they have as far as changing things up and looking to go more offensive, or can you not afford to do that against a team like Monmouth?
Well, I think whenever you're down, I would wait for probably 10 more minutes, and then I would look to certainly take somebody out of the defense, throw them up on the offense, because if not, a 1-goal or 2-goal loss is still a loss.
And Monmouth, again, as we mentioned, does not give up chances very often and very easily. Leach down low to claim this one, waiting for his teammates to push back up the field. Kick is in Olsen's direction. Olsen played that back. Ahern had his pass intercepted. That was Como there. Mustangs switching the field a bit. Ryan Michaud. Michaud on McGibney, just powers past him. Platt stopped the pass. A throw in for the Mustangs. Bingham Abbott coming in now, number 8 from Monmouth Academy. He'll replace Brandon Smith, who's got the Monmouth goal. Harmon down that sideline. It'll roll the wrong direction, and Halldale will take this throw. So about halfway through this second half, 20 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Brandon Smith, the only goal of the game, early in the second half for Monmouth Academy. Mustangs denied 3 great scoring chances at the end of the first half, but Smith cashed in the best and really only chance of this half for either team. Talked about Halldale having to take advantage of opportunities. Monmouth had to do so as well, and they did, so they've been opportunistic here too.
I think the Halldale defense been nice job closing down lanes, jumping on people, but they've been able to break through that Monmouth line.
Abdelnabi will try. Koleski went down low, knocked it away. Abdelnabi has it again. Trying to wheel through defenders. He beat 2, but there were 3 more there. He was by himself.
I was going to say, that's tough to do. Not impossible, but certainly tough.
If he scored a goal on a play like that, that's a clip that will go viral. That would have been nice. Too much Monmouth defense, as there often is. Played ahead. Abdelnabi right there on the line. Stayed onside. He was toppled over as he made that run. He thought he was fouled. The referee disagrees.
A lot of bodies, but I didn't see anything dirty there.
I didn't either. I think when he went airborne, he just lost balance himself. Subs coming in now. Sam Calder back in from Monmouth Academy. There's been a couple of occasions where I thought Abdelnabi had a claim, and that one I didn't think so much.
No, I wouldn't have called that one. And granted, I'm not a good official, but I wouldn't have called that one.
Everyone's a good official from up here.
I see a lot. If I was down there, I don't know if I call it.
I see it a lot better from up here than I did from down there. That's one of the reasons why I stopped being an official. It's the only reason I usually don't give the officials a hard time.
I think my age has caught up to me, too. I've mellowed a little bit.
That tends to happen. Monmouth on the rush once again. Calder stopped at the 18. Now played toward the 18 again. Monmouth Academy back on that ball.
Now that the rain's gone, this is comfortable right now.
That's nice. That's Bingham Abbott over there, number 8. Abbott walking the tightrope, kept the ball in for a moment.
I like the dance he did.
He couldn't keep it in long enough, though, but he does win the throw.
It's kind of surreal to think that we are 3/4 away through the regular season right now.
That's and looking, the MVC games for the boys and the girls on the 19th. That's just a couple of weeks away, and playoffs start immediately after that.
And I do believe you got both Monmouth teams that are in the MVCs.
I think so. Have we determined who the Monmouth Academy Mustangs will play on the boys' side yet? I'm not sure if we have. On Abram or Lisbon.
Yeah.
I know on the girls' side it's Halldale Monmouth again.
Trifecta, baby.
Third time this season. Abdel Nabi on a bouncing ball. Trying to force his way through. Abdel Nabi still on the run for a shot and a goal! Well, the last clip didn't go viral, but that one might. Abdel Nabi, a solo job, has tied the game.
Well, I think it's a mathematical issue. I can't get through 4, but darn it, I'm going to make it through 3 of them, and he did.
Against the run of play, the Bulldogs have equalized. It's 1-1. And game on here in Farmingdale. Monmouth Academy conceding a goal for just the 3rd time this year in the 2nd game. Nissan Abdel Nabi, a Herculean effort to get that done.
Certainly ignited the fan base here.
That Halldale bench was a bit quiet, not anymore. Now this veteran Monmouth team, you can count on a response coming, and probably right soon.
That is a huge goal by Abdenabi.
It really looked like he had almost no chance to get through. It was just a brief mistake by the defense for Monmouth Academy that showed him the ball, and he did the rest, unassisted. Here come the Mustangs, pushed ahead to Rory Foyts. And a foul called. Halldale gets the free kick.
So what do we think? Next goal going to be on a set play? I feel it.
If there is a next goal, it could certainly be one, yeah. Hard to predict. Hard to predict. Olsen beaten to the ball. That's Brandon Smith who's back in. Played out into touch, a throw in for Halldale.
The reason I say that, I feel the chippiness level is going to increase significantly, and I'm surprised that one wasn't called right there with the arms on.
Lorette. Dribbling past Rory Foyt, but he scuffed the pass. Aaron is there, though, to boot it high. That'll let the Bulldogs regroup a bit.
That's ahead there.
Flicked on. Jackson Olsen has Fleming with him. And a corner for Halldale. Zeke DeLorme with authority made sure that play ended right there. Now the Bulldogs will take the corner here.
This is technically a set play.
Yeah,
I could have it.
Could. Abdel Nabi will come over and take it. Olsen was there deferring to the Bulldogs senior captain. He's a right-footed. He lines up that way. Swinging it toward the goal. Bounces in, and he'll get to do it again.
Yeah, I'd want to redo on that one, too.
Now, not what he wanted, to be sure. Unfortunately, both of the balls on this side of the field are over by the garden, so we'll have to wait until one's retrieved. Yeah, he's probably happy to get a second chance on the corner he just took. Platt's coming if he wants to play it short, and he does.
They're staying on?
Platt.
A little bit big.
Went back post, no one there. The closest man was Keegan Carey. It was over his head, and a goal kick for Monmouth.
A little surprised Monmouth stayed on the post as long as they did. As soon as that pass came out, I would have been sprinting up there.
I think they were just not expecting it and caught a bit flat-footed. Platt did a pretty good job of kind of subtly coming upfield.
He did. It was stealth.
Marquis plays that ahead. Monmouth in possession. It was played past Strout. Ahern has Strout coming on. Aiden Beal. That rolls by the Mustangs defender, Sam Schultz, who's back to play it under pressure from Nick Brown. Got away from Brown pretty well.
A little deception there. He's pointing back to the keeper and then cut it back.
Foul called as Pileski was taken down by midfield. A free kick to Monmouth.
Missed it. I was following the ball.
I was watching it as well. Just heard the whistle and saw the Monmouth player hopping up as Leach had come off his line. He was going to meet that ball right at the 18. Instead, they'll play it out by the midfield stripe. Matt Marquis blasts it into the area. Headed near the goal. Last touch by the Bulldogs, the Monmouth Academy corner. They've made these look pretty good. Halfway through the second half, 1 goal apiece. And there's Brandon Smith. He's ready for the Monmouth corner.
I don't think Leach realized it was off his own man because I think he could have probably grabbed it before it went out of bounds.
Good ball into the area, knocked down. Bulldogs need a clear, and they'll get one. Olsen overstepped it. Pileski played it forward. Deflected back. That was Como who had it for a moment. Foyt played it out wide. Sam Schultz. Now they're working it toward Rory Foyt.
Another corner.
It is another corner. I want to make sure I saw the referee's signal, and it is another Monmouth Academy corner. It's on the left side this time. That means Ryan Michaud's over there to take it. Good ball into the area again, and well played by Aiden Beal to concede the throw. As Como was right there if the ball had gotten through to him.
Ball people are getting the work out today.
They certainly are. Played to the edge of the area. Monmouth looking to set something up here. Foyt. Luke Harmon. Harmon with it once again. Holding and waiting. Bulldogs put a little pressure on Abdul Nabi. He's got Miles Fleming. Was touched away from behind. Rory Foyt came back to make a good defensive play. Lorette gave that away to Strauss. Not a guy you want to give it to, especially in the back third. That bounces around kind of confusingly. Hit toward goal off the bar, up the upright, I should say, and Monmouth Academy almost cashed in a gift.
Lady Luck smiled on them there.
And that was Brandon Smith once again, who almost had a brace, a second goal. That ball just bamboozled Halldale. They didn't know what to do and almost conceded. Brown pops it down to the midfield stripe.
Need to get that crossover. You had Fleming wide open again.
That's out into touch for a Monmouth throw. Aiden Beal chesting that out toward the touchline. Another throw for the Mustangs. Strout's got the ball for Monmouth. Kyle Pileski. To Strout once again. Dalton Como. Como. Smith on the edge of the area, forced back. Olsen is trapped there, but shielded the ball pretty well to try to get it back. And foul calls. No. I thought I heard a whistle. I didn't. I heard a shout, but not a whistle.
I don't know how that wasn't a foul.
Jesse Rowe is livid.
He should be incensed on that one.
That was Bretton Lucas, who was submarined a little bit, and the free kick was expected but not called. That was one that looked fairly obvious.
It was not a play to the ball. That was a play to the body.
The referee might have just been shielded in the play by some of the Halldale and Monmouth players in the sideline, and that's why he didn't see it. Well, that's kind of one of the drawbacks of the two-referee system as well, is you don't have somebody on the field. But Jesse Rowe did mention that and gave the referee a bit of a piece of his mind on the way out. Lucas okay, though it looks like they'll stay in as he shakes this off. And it was a clattering challenge that knocked him to the turf. And clock stopped at 10:29 to go.
Again, I think the Halldale boys, if they play with it in the defensive third, they are going to pay the price. They need to two-touch this ball.
You cannot hold on to the ball and try to keep possession under pressure from this Monmouth team. And Lucas will be replaced by Ricky McGibney. We'll see how long he's off the pitch. The Bulldogs would want him back on as quickly as he's able to be there. He's a key component in the Halldale midfield. Pileski, another spot-on header. Carey knocked that down. Now it's Rory Foyt trying to play that out wide towards Smith, anticipated nicely by Jackson Olsen. Platt gave it away to Smith. Smith tumbled down. And a call made, the foul called against the Mustangs. Couldn't see it too well through the tent. Wonder if that was kind of a...
Makeup?
Yes.
That didn't go through my head at all.
Couldn't tell, and I thought when I saw the player sliding that it might have been called against Halldale, so I was a bit surprised to see it go the other way. Strout switching the fields. Ahern flicked it away. Pileski now. And a handball call, that one up on Ricky McGibney. Decent spot for delivery into the area right now from Monmouth with 9:35 remaining. And it's going to be Matt Marquis again. Ladled into the area, chested down from Nick Brown. Como. Decent square ball. This will roll towards Smith. He'll keep this alive.
Nice job. Keeping it alive there.
Good left-footed delivery into the area. Brought down. But cleared away. Ahern right there to boot it free.
The other thing that's going to kill them is if they keep chesting the ball in that area.
Como. Just missed Brandon Smith, who had a step in his defender. It's a Halldale goal kick. And Brent Lucas is shaking off the knock. He'll come back in. It was McGibney who took his place. I think McGibney's coming right back off. 8:34 remaining. 1-1 the score. Brandon Smith opening the scoring for Monmouth. Ihsan Abdelnabi equalizing for Halldale. Smith again. Keegan Carey took that down. It hopped through the defender. Covered up well, though, by Harmon. Harmon was first one there. Platt, a glancing header. Rory Foyts had no support, had to play that someplace. Ends up over the touchline for a Halldale throw. And the turnover happened so quickly that Foyt really had nowhere to go with that, surrounded by Halldale defenders. Platt exploring options on the throw. It ends up with Pileski. The foul called against Monmouth. Free kick to Halldale. The referee has got taking a close look now, and I'm not surprised by that. I did think he did miss a tackle on Lucas. Doesn't want to miss another one. I don't think the tackle would have resulted in a yellow card or anything like that, but just a foul.
No, it was a foul. I didn't think it was dirty.
No, not at all. Mistimed. That was it. Brown will take the throw for Halldale. 7:07 remaining. And the Bulldogs get a smash and grab victory here and get another one with the ball down the front third. Abdelnabi was going to throw that, deferred instead. Carey knocked that ahead. Marquis over there. Carey almost took it from him. The ball rolls out over the goal line. It's kicked to Monmouth. He's a hard guy to move. Matt Marquis defensively. He's been a standout defender of this Monmouth team really since he joined the program.
I think they're also pretty smart. They automatically decide what's going to happen with the ball before the official makes a call, and the official just lets him go.
No, you know as well as I do, sometimes with two people out there and not three, it's harder to see where the ball is and who goes out. You just defer to what the players say.
Yeah.
And whoever puts on the best act is going to win the call. Played ahead, a long ball. Ahern's got to be careful. And he got through. It was a little nervy for a moment, but Ahern pulled it off. One of the players come a long way for Halldale as far as his soccer skill. Ryan Ahern's a tremendous athlete, but he's turning into a soccer player.
I think the other part is, I think there's...
Look out.
I don't know if it's the turf or what, but they're not getting many balls in the air.
Pileski. Como now. Stop to the edge of the area on that outside. Bulldogs play it down near midfield. 5:41 remaining. Will there be another goal in regulation? Strout's a guy who could score it, so is Como here. He'll let fly, and it's over the bar. Not a bad attempt, though, from Dalton Como. Good shot from range, but over the target. Clock rolling at 5:18. Turned out to be a decent little crowd here at Halldale High School, especially once the rain stopped a bit. If you're not here and watching on Munzing Media, thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying this tremendously entertaining contest.
Classic clash between these rivals.
And that's what you get when Monmouth and Halldale play.
Monmouth on it.
Pileski on the attack now. Wants the shot, takes the shot, and it stung Jackson Leach's palms, but he kept it out. This is the attack we were wary of here. Maybe Halldale can counter. Abdul Nabi racing. He cut in front of Delorme. Delorme recovered well, though, and clears. Smith kicked that high. There's Ben Platt. He knocked it out of play. A throw into Monmouth. So the Bulldogs want to do is just kind of score on a counter. They have to be opportunistic. That's where they did score their one goal. .4:15 remaining. Halldale on the season 4-3-2. They're playing some tough teams very closely. That's a ball that's a dangerous one, especially if it ends up with Monmouth Academy, and it has.
I would have given up the throw on that.
Yes, sir. Sam Schultz. Played out wide. Ahern got there with Ryan Michaud. Beal knocked that to safety. Miles Fleming now toward Abdul Nabi. They're watching him. Jackson Olsen calling for it. Might get to this. Here's Olsen. Needs some support. Got by his defender. Into the area.
No one home.
But nobody home. Here comes Brown, however. Abdul Nabi popped it high. And headed out. It's a throw in for Halldale. Just needed a couple more bodies up for the Bulldogs on that one as Olsen was by his lonesome.
Whoever pops it in here.
It may as well be sudden death time now. 3:05 to go. It's a next goal win situation, you would think. Ben Platt. Dispossessed. Smith trying to start their rush. That was blocked by Bretton Lucas, however. Lucas. Nice tackle, knocked that out of play as he got the ball and the man. A throw in from Monmouth Academy. No complaints at all from Dalton Como. Just took the hit, absorbed it, and popped right up. Como, a valuable piece off the Mustangs bench for Coach Fletcher. That throw didn't ever get in play, so Halldale will take the gift. Bulldogs looking to switch the field here. Might be a mistake if Ryan Michaud gets on this. Ahern bodied up to him. A square ball to the edge of the area. Smith settling. Had some space. Dropped off. Pileski.
Get it up. Don't let him settle.
Headed ahead again. Popped high and brought back once again. That ball avoids everybody, rolls into the woods for a Halldale throw. 1:50 to go.
Starting to mist a little bit.
Well, drops falling again. I'm going to say I thought that was unexpected, though. I didn't expect any rain today. Maybe I just missed the updated forecast, but...
It changed around 8 this morning.
I wasn't looking at that point.
Had one of those little weather alarm alerts come on the app.
That's knocked down. Abdul Nabi takes it himself, takes the shots. No problem that time for Hunter Frost, a two-hopper that he easily grabbed. But you wonder for just a second if there was more magic in Abdul Nabi's boot.
I'm a little surprised he didn't take a few more steps on that. He was isolated by himself for a little bit there.
About to enter the last minute of regulation time. A likely possibility of overtime here in Farmingdale. Unless one of these teams can get a goal in the next 55 seconds.
Overtime in regular season, 2 5-minute periods. They are sudden death. 5 minutes doesn't allow much of a routine or chemistry to get into play.
Now you're looking for just one opportunity to succeed with. Abdul Nabi won't get to this. Goal kick from Monmouth Academy. 30 seconds remaining.
They're going to try to get it, or are they just going to regroup for the overtime?
Looks like they want one more attempt at it. One more bite at the apple with 20 seconds to go. They'll have to hurry. Ahern sends them back. Harmon. That rolled through. Maybe a chance with 8 seconds. Ahern. I was expecting he was going to put that into the woods. That's what he did.
Yep.
That'll end regulation time. There won't be a chance for Monmouth to get another crack at it. So the Mustangs open the scoring just after halftime. Brandon Smith putting Monmouth on top 1-0, but a tremendous individual effort from Ihsan Abdul Nabi equalized things for Halldale. We'll take a brief break. Be back for overtime after this in Farmingdale. 1-1 between Monmouth and Halldale on Munzing Media.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
We are Bulldog Strong. We are a local organization committed to kids, committed to our community, dedicated to teaching the next generation how to give their time and talents to make a difference, and supporting those affected by cancer. Bulldog Strong Basketball was established in 2013 when my own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand her struggles, doubts, fears, and her amazing fight to live. Cancer does not discriminate, and so many of us have been directly affected by the disease. Our basketball family has grown over the past 8 years, and we continue in our mission to provide opportunities like our summer camp, All-Star Showcase, and our 3-day invitational to raise money for those in need. Through competition on the court, we learned so much about how sports can shape our lives in a positive way. We are passionate in what we do. We are proud of our Bulldog Strong family. We are incredibly thankful for the support we have received. Kids, community, and caring for one another is who we are. Remember, no one fights alone.
Forensics has grown so much and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched forensic files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around. I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm an intro to criminal justice and criminal law and report writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be knowledgeable about. I want to do crime scene photography. The forensic science program is preparing me to start thinking like what's important here, what do I need to look for like right off the bat. You never know what you're going to find.
Welcome back to Farmingdale. Overtime coming up between Halldale and Monmouth Academy. The Bulldogs, in some ways, should feel a little fortunate to be here, but a hard work goal leveled things for them. And I think down there, they're not feeling fortunate, but they're feeling more like they have a chance to win this game.
Just looking, I mean, first half you have 0-0. Second half, just a great goal by Monmouth, and then an equalizer with about 17 left by Albanabi. And I think there's a lot of spirit here. It's going to be interesting to see what overtime holds. As you all know, it is golden goal, so certainly a lot on the line. I don't think you can afford to hang back and play defense in something like that. So right now the gloves are off.
Over on the Monmouth sideline during that break, Hunter Frost was really firing up his team. The keeper, he's out there now, one of the three captains. Frost and Ryan Michaud with Matt Marquis out there, Aiden Beal, Bretton Lucas, Isan Abdelnabi, and Jackson Leach, the four captains for Halldale. And really just determining who's going to get possession here. I'm not sure the end of the field makes a whole lot of difference right now. I don't think either side of the field's got any difference as far as the conditions concerned. And, of course, on a cloudy day with some rain, there's no sun to worry about, and there's no wind.
No, the only thing that comes into play, and if I had my choice, I probably would have where Halldale is, I would have chosen the near side, simply because that way they can hear me a lot better in that first overtime for instruction. Because right now, you don't have a guarantee of a second overtime.
Monmouth will be attacking from right to left. Halldale from left to right in the first overtime. Didn't catch who got possession. Looks like the Bulldogs, though, will start off with it. All they need is a soccer ball. I think the Lions crew might have thought the game was over. There they are. They'll put 5 minutes on the clocks. Mark Tinkham said it is sudden death, golden goal. Changing college rules this year. It was always golden goal in the regular season for college. They changed to not having overtime for regular season games. And then playing the full overtime for the playoffs. So you will have a chance to respond if you do concede in the playoffs in NCAA soccer. High school is still the same rules. How long is the overtime in the playoffs? Same amount?
No,
I think they go longer.
They are 2:15.
That's what I thought. Then kicks after that.
It used to be 4 10-minute periods, and when I was sitting on the soccer committee, that's where we had switched it up to go 2:15s.
Will there be a goal in the next 5? Or after that? Monmouth with the ball after it went out off Nick Brown. That ball wet, a little harder to throw. Smith, who has the goal, played that to Stroud, who can score out of nowhere. Now work back again. Sam Schultz up in the play. Schultz, we saw more on the back line, was working his way up. Abdelnabi couldn't control. Ahern stabbed that out of the air. Difficult play, too, as that was bouncing on him. Brown played it up to himself. Pileski in hot pursuit, and he won the throw from Monmouth Academy.
Pileski did a nice job dictating play there.
Pileski, I think, is a player that you don't notice all that much, but does so many good things. Consistent, and usually quality as well. Today he certainly has been. You really notice him when he's in the air. Very accurate when he's got his head in the ball. Ben Platts. They give him some space. He'll play that off to the far side.
I would switch the point of attack right now.
Platt is going in that direction. Got to come to the ball, however, as that's kicked ahead. And you saw that speed from Smith. His eyes lit up when he saw the ball coming in his direction and just put on a burst of speed. Had he been a step quicker, he'd been able to take that a little more cleanly and break in on goal.
Very lucky the ball bounced the way it did, and Leach was able to get to it.
Played outside. Now a chance on that far wing. Ryan Michaud. Michaud wins the corner. Michaud's had a somewhat quiet afternoon, but that can change in a hurry. Could change right now. He's taking the corner. And he'll have quite a target in there, and Patrick Strout, number 19. He's also got Luke Harmon, too. They roll it in. Kicked high.
That's got to come down with snow on it.
Brenton Lucas knew where the ball was going and drove it over into the foliage. Throw in this time for the Mustangs. 2:42 remaining in the first overtime session. Both these teams with a difficult end to the week, playing each other today. And, well, it's a trip up to Mount Abram for Monmouth Academy on Friday nights. The Bulldogs also head out on the road. They'll go south down to Lisbon. So, top four teams.
One of them a fun task.
Top 4 teams, the MVC, all playing each other. Now, it kind of leaves Winthrop out of that, too. You don't want to leave the Ramblers out. I think they have a claim to be in the top 4 as well.
Absolutely. They had a great game against Lisbon earlier in the week.
And they knocked off Halldale earlier in the season 1-0. So 4 of the top 5 teams, you can't really leave the Ramblers out.
It's too bad Halldale didn't play Winthrop again. That would be an interesting one.
Look out, the ball in the area. It stayed in there as it bounced off a Bulldog player. And Leach took the spinner and picked it up. And Jackson's not in any particular hurry. He needs to get his team back downfield anyway. And there's the kick. That bounced up on Alex Orn. There's Brown there, surrounded by a couple of Mustangs. Played it out into touch for a Monmouth throw. Alex Orn. Aaron deflected that ahead, and Beal sends it to the Monmouth bench.
Fortunate Beal was there to get the head on that.
Patrick Strout. No problem for Leach that time, sliding down to make the grab.
I think it dipped a little bit quicker than he was looking for.
Toward Abdul Nabi, headed away. Great play by Matt Marquis once again defensively. Starts to be redundant when you credit a great play by Marquis on the defense. He's made so many of them. Bulldogs trying to send it into the area. Hoofed away. Now it's Fleming over there. Now the Bulldogs, and they set something up here, maybe.
Too big.
And that went out.
He had 2 people setting up by the 18. A quick little flick might have been the difference maker.
One too many moves by Jackson Olsen, but he was walking that tight right for a while. Brown. Step by Pileski. Brown puts his head up. Almost found Keegan Carey. Speaking of players who've been somewhat held quiet today, Carey has been. Lorette dispossessed by Pileski. Trying to get back in the play. Pileski went down. Lorette may have made a little contact there, but play continues with 18 seconds left in the first overtime. Then Platt heads it high. Foyt puts it right back.
Halldale needs to just get the ball out of here right now.
8 seconds to go. They'll be happy to take to a second overtime.
Yep.
And that's what's going to happen. Carey's not messing around, and that's it. On overtime number 1, they'll take a brief break. As will we.
I think we got some cramps going on
we do.
out there.
We do. A Monmouth player is down. We'll identify him when we get back. So a brief break. We'll take 1 minute. We'll be back for the second overtime right after this on Munzing Media.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
Rob Kennedy, Mark Tinkham back with you in Farmingdale, getting set for overtime number 2. The injured player was indeed Rory Foyt. Looked like he just had a cramp, but he's up and running right now, so they've got him loosened up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to stay right in and keep playing the role he's played for the Mustangs. And that role did result in him assisting in the opening goal on Brandon Smith. I'd love to see that happen again if you're a Mustangs fan here in overtime. 5 minutes left to decide this contest.
I think both teams just putting everything out there. The regular session, now overtime, needing some fluids.
Will there be a winner? 5 minutes to produce one more goal in this contest. Monmouth opened up the scoring. I mentioned that goal that Foyt set up to Brandon Smith. And once this game's over, if you're watching and just joining us, check out the archive and rewind it into the second half and watch Isan Abdul Nabi's individual effort to tie the game. Monmouth will start in possession here in the second half. They will be going from left to right for the next 5 minutes or potentially less. The Bulldogs defending down to our right. In the red uniforms, they'll attack from right to left. Jackson Leach and Hunter Frost each beaten just once. Mustangs taking their time in the huddle. Here they come. They're ready to go. Well, we have a winner in Farmingdale. Will Halldale hold another undefeated team and draw level? It was 1-1 against Lisbon when they came in undefeated and untied. The Mustangs also no blemishes on their record to this point. Pileski worked out wide. Smith is out there. Back towards Smith again. Smith working past defenders on that left touch line, slowed down by Ahern. It's back with the Mustangs again. Here they come. The pass too far for Stroud. He was in a good position to claim that ball.
Swing it.
Abdul Nabi did. Fleming couldn't keep it going. That was due to the step up from Luke Harmon. Now it's Ryan Michaud.
Oh, far side, wide open.
Great move by Michaud and a very nice step by Lorette. Looked like he got the ball. It was a clean tackle. Just a corner kick. Waiting to see if that was a trip, but I don't think it was. Just the corner.
They're very, very fortunate. Strout was wide open on the left post.
So it's a corner for Michaud. Monmouth very good at these set pieces, these corners.
It's going to be an outswinger. Look out long.
Going right-footed. There's the outswinging corner. Leach could get to this. He punches it high. Pileski heads it back toward goal, but didn't get the angle he wanted. It's a goal kick for Halldale. Boy, the intensity here certainly feels like a playoff game, even though it's just 2/3 of the way through the regular season. But that's Halldale and Monmouth, isn't it?
That's fun. Anytime these two teams play, it's just a lot of excitement and energy out there.
Speaking of energy, the Northeast Nutrition and Energy High Energy Player of the Game named at the end of this contest, as well as the Caps' Pizza Player of the Game. Both go to Halldale players. The Player of the Game for Caps is a 10-inch one-topping pizza. A free energy drink for our High Energy Player. We'll talk about that in the post-game and award two players. Again, they could be named Monmouth players if we just went by that, but it's always the Halldale player because they're a lot closer to Caps than the Monmouth boys would be. Abdul Nabi played that down well, but he's surrounded by Mustangs. He doesn't care. He's got a man going to goal in Jackson Olsen. Olsen had to slow down, avoiding a potential tackle. And a foul called.
Original play on. Yep. Wanted to see what Olsen would do with it.
Great spot for a kick for Halldale. Maybe they can draw something up here.
I would take it right now. Look where the keeper is. Don't wait for him.
Olsen.
Now he's going to wait.
He also had to let the defenders back off, too. Olsen on the set piece. Toward goal is too deep.
Too big.
Right idea. He had Keegan Carey going there, but no chance Carey could catch up to that. 2:13 remaining to find a winner, to find one more goal in this exciting contest. It's been a thriller. You'd love to see a rematch. I'm not sure the coaches would. The fans would be in for a treat. It would have to come in the playoffs if it does come at all.
And it certainly could. Monmouth is number 2. A tie here could put Halldale at number 7. So that would put everything on the line.
That would be a first-round matchup in the quarterfinals. That's when they met last year. A 2-1 victory for Monmouth Academy. 1:36 remaining. One mistake could be badly punished here. And Strout's a guy who can punish you. Not Beal, the safe play. Halldale not taking any chances. Looking to recover the loose ball.
You can hear the Monmouth bench yelling, hurry.
That's a good ball. Flicked high by Ryan Michaud. He was marked pretty nicely there.
He was. He got up nicely to get ahead on it.
Lorette gives up size, but not tenacity. 1:04 remaining. 60 seconds for someone to emerge victorious. A good boot from Leach, trying to pick out Miles Fleming. Keegan Carey. Carey trying to work his way through, forcing the issue. Played to Olsen. Olsen's got some space. Olsen fed through, fed square. Olsen still with it, edge of the area. Well, he had no way to get that ball through.
Here comes Carey.
Carey trying to fire left-footed, not his dominant foot. That bounces through. Knocked down by Aiden Beal again. Beal over the top. Had Abdul Nabi onside if that got there, but it didn't. Looking more and more like we're going to have to be satisfied with a 1-1 draw, but maybe one more chance for Monmouth. Just maybe No way, says Caleb Lorette.
And that's going to do it.
Both teams have to be satisfied with sharing the heel points on this occasion. Halldale happy because they have kind of come back a little bit. They were down in this game and equalized. They lost to Monmouth 3-0, so to come back and get a draw against a team that's undefeated and has now only given up 3 goals on the year will feel probably more like a victory to Halldale than it will to Monmouth, with the Mustangs still undefeated at 10-0-1 this season. The Bulldogs now with 4 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties on the year for them. As they head into their game with Lisbon, Monmouth Academy will head to Mount Abram. Wouldn't be surprised if Darren Allen's taking a look at this game. The Roadrunners head coach, either now or on the archives, to take a look at the Mustangs, who he'll play in just 48 hours.
I was Coach Allen, and I'm sure he probably will. I would play, rewind, and maybe rewind again.
Might be what he's doing up there in Carabasset Valley or thereabouts tonight. So we'll take a break, come back and award our awards, the Caps's Pizza Player of the Game and the High Energy Player of the Game, brought to you by Northeast Energy and Nutrition. That's coming up next. 1-1 the final, Halldale and Monmouth Academy on Munzing Media.
We are Bulldog Strong. We are a local organization committed to kids, committed to our community, dedicated to teaching the next generation how to give their time and talents to make a difference, and supporting those affected by cancer. Bulldog Strong Basketball was established in 2013 when my own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand her struggles, doubts, fears, and her amazing fight to live. Cancer does not discriminate, and so many of us have been directly affected by the disease. Our basketball family has grown over the past 8 years, and we continue in our mission to provide opportunities like our summer camp, All-Star Showcase, and our 3-day invitational to raise money for those in need. Through competition on the court, we learn so much about how sports can shape our lives in a positive way. We are passionate in what we do. We are proud of our Bulldog Strong family. We are incredibly thankful for the support we have received. Kids, community, and caring for one another is who we are. Remember, no one fights alone.
Rob Kennedy, Mark Tinkham back here with you one more time. Just head out some awards. The Caps's Pizza Player of the Game and the Northeast Energy and Nutrition High Energy Player of the Game. We'll start with that one, the High Energy Player of the Game. And that's going to go to the goal scorer today. That goal defined High Energy. Isan Abdelnabi will get the free drink. He came in individually, broke down in on goal, beat defenders, and tied this contest up. He is our Northeast Nutrition and Energy High Energy Player of the Game. Caps's Pizza Player of the Game. Well, the Bulldogs would not be in the position to tie the game up if not for 3 point-blank saves by the keeper Jackson Leach. He had a tremendous game in goal, beaten just once on a very good shot by Brendan Smith. He will be our Caps's Pizza Player of the Game. Jackson wins one free 10-inch, one-topping pizza from Caps's Pizza. We thank them and Northeast Nutrition and Energy for supporting Munzing Media and Halldale High School and Gardner High School sports. That'll do it for us. For our entire Munzing Media crew, for Mark Tinkham, my broadcast partner, my name is Rob Kennedy saying so long. 1-1 our score between Halldale and Monmouth. It's a final here in Farmingdale on Munzing Media.